Welcome back, everybody. Sport Federation TV. We're talking sport in the Western Cape, and of course, it looks like everybody's back. 2023 has started off with a bang. In fact, a lot of our sport codes did not even stop because there's still the combination of the full-time structures and social structures, and of course, professional structures. So, in studio with us, Josh Cloete, president of Western Cape Kickboxing. Josh, welcome to 2023.
JP, thank you, and thanks for having the Western Cape Kickboxing on the Provincial Confederation TV. Always good to be here.
Yeah, so before we start off, 2022 was the year that most sports structures bounced back. If you look back at 22, all in all, we look at it as it was a pretty successful year for you.
I think from the Western Cape side, Western Cape Kickboxing side, 2022 was good. Our districts, they were well in place and well administered, and we sent some junior athletes to the World Championships as well.
Yeah.
So we did well. I think 2022 was a good foundation for 2023.
But you also had a lot of new initiatives. You introduced a number of amateur athletes into the professional spaces. You had some World Championships. You of course tied together international relations.
Yes, no. I mean, from the Western Cape side, I mean, in Western Cape alone, we had a world title fight. We had some of the Western Cape kickboxers competing in the Reunion Island international professional fights. So, and of course, we had the VK1 Professional Kickboxing League.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something unique within the country. So the Western Cape has done well. And I mean the coaches, they are just complementing the province.
Yeah, and of course there were so many nominations as well for provincial and district sport awards, more accolades for kickboxing. In fact, the Overberg was absolutely flooded with kickboxers nominations.
Yes, look, and I think that's one of the nice things about maybe not kickboxing per se alone, but for individual sporting coaches. It's easy for the coaches, for coaches who coaches individual sporting coaches, especially in the combat field,
yeah,
to kind of rise to the occasion. It's a little bit difficult for the team sport coach.
So you mentioned athletes going to, for example, Reunion, etc. How does that work? How do the athletes go from training here in Cape Town or Hermanus or wherever they're training? How does that international connection work? How do you end up getting to that stage?
Look, it's all about, of course, your networking, and the Western Cape, specifically maybe Cape Town, has created a good platform, and there's a lot of countries worldwide that take cognizance of kickboxing within the Western Cape, and they kind of understand that if you want to have a kickboxer within the ring, and then the Western Cape is your place to go.
Yeah, and so how does that work then from an international perspective? There are a number of different international organizations. Is this then something that is part of Kickboxing South Africa? Is it does Kickboxing South Africa itself take part in different world body structures, or not?
South Africa kickboxing only is related to WACO, which is the World Association of Kickboxing Organizations.
Right.
So when you go out from international perspective in South African colors, then of course you only compete with other countries that's also affiliated to WACO. So
okay, so your world structure WACO is made up of more than one international organization. Absolutely.
So WACO runs also a professional circuit.
Right.
And South Africa obviously is affiliated to WACO, and then of course other countries are also affiliated to WACO.
So what's the typical progress for someone who's watching the show right now and they're a kickboxer? What's the sort of the typical line that they would follow? You compete at a club, then you end up competing at a district, or does your coach sign you up with a promoter, or how does that work?
Look, within kickboxing works exactly like in any other kind of sports. From an amateur perspective, club from club, district, from district, provincial, from provincial, national, national, intercontinental, or continental, and then of course the World Championships. And we also have the Combat World Games as well. But that is your line of moving. From a professional perspective, if you're within a club and you have walked all these lines and you feel, oh, it's now time to enter the professional arena, then your coach is the pivotal person. Because then the coach goes out and he or she must engage with the international world in order to get professional fights for you.
How do you choose your professional fights? Does the fighter have a choice? Does the coach tell them, hey, this is your fight? How do you get to it?
Yeah, it's actually strange. You know, I actually, it's very much a collaboration between the coach, the fighter, and then sometimes the parent as well.
Right. So the parents also get involved now?
Very much involved.
Okay, all right. So 2023, if we look at 2022, was of course a big year. 2023 are all the, I suppose we're now into just past the midway in January. Are all the clubs open?
Most of our clubs are already operational. I know we're having already this weekend. We're having Cape Town administration courses for kickboxing clubs. 28th of January, we're having coaches courses, coaches certification for coaches. And the 18th of February is the Cape Town Kickboxing Championships. So the clubs are already in
18th of February, hang on, let's write that down. 18th of February is the
Cape Town District Kickboxing Champs.
Cape Town District Kickboxing Champs. And who participates in that?
Well, all the clubs within the Cape Town district.
Right. How the clubs...
And on that, also on the 4th of February, is also the West Coast Kickboxing Championship as well.
Right, so everybody's starting to... Is everybody sort of coming online now? I mean, how much training time would the athletes have had? Did some of them train right through the year, or are they kind of getting back now and rubbing off the dust?
I think most of our clubs has already started by the 8th, 9th of January. You remember, and the layoff was not so big, because I mean our last major event in Cape Town was on the 10th of January, or the 11th of January. Sorry, December.
Yes.
Which was the Vibrant Summer Cup. So the layoff was not that long, and so the guys are really have a month to prepare for the district champs. All
right, so 18th of February is the Cape Town District Kickboxing Champs. 4th of February is the West Coast Kickboxing Champs. We're going to talk a little bit about the rest of 2023 in a second and find out about some of the athletes, some of the plans for the year. Folks, so don't go away. Western Cape Kickboxing's back. In studio with President of Western Cape Kickboxing, Josh Cloete. Of course, as you can see today, everything is branded in the provincial colors, and incidentally, the shirt that I'm wearing now is, of course, the official provincial colors. Mr. Josh Cloete is also wearing the official provincial colors today. And if you want to support your provincial team, you can go to their website, www.wcpsc.co.za. There's an online shopping cart, and you can buy the replica items to support your provincial team. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll carry on speaking to Josh about the plans for 2023 and also find out a little bit more about their Summer Cup, which they held on the 10th of January last year. We'll be back in a sec. Don't go away.